You know, for years now on YouTube, people have been breaking down and analyzing their favorite video games for the rest of the internet to enjoy. Sometimes people simply sit down and discuss the things they've enjoyed the most about those games, and sometimes they go into great detail with breaking down and analyzing specific music, characters, and stories found within those very same games. YouTubers like Camelworks, Shoddycast, and Oxhorn are a couple of good examples that I actually watch, and I know that make very good content in this way, breaking down quests, characters, and concepts presented in these games they tend to focus on their channels. Well, starting today, I want to take my own approach to this very idea, and go through a game my channel is no stranger to, Skyrim. So, wonderful viewer, join me today as I begin a very special series no one else has done yet surprisingly, a series that will be breaking down and analyzing the main questline of Skyrim, line by line, dungeon by dungeon, and quest by quest. Welcome to the story of Skyrim.
You should have acted. They're already here. The Elder Scrolls told of their return. Their defeat was merely a delay. To the time after Oblivion opened. When the sons of Skyrim would spill their own blood. But no one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue, he's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Now before I begin, I should probably point out what version of Skyrim I will be playing. In this series, I will be playing the classic 32-bit 2011 version of Skyrim off Steam without mods and without DLC. I will be playing this version like this because I felt this was the most authentic version of the game I could get my hands on. So without wasting any more of your time, let's start a new game. Now, because Skyrim is about 9 years older than the system I'm playing it on, the loading screen here just flew by in about 3 seconds, but if you could catch it, you'd see the loading screen is actually unique. This loading screen, as far as I'm aware, only appears when you start a new game. It shows a little model of a very familiar dragon resting upon an ancient Nordic word wall. It has a very interesting passage in the bottom right hand corner to accompany it too. The passage reads, "And the scrolls foretold of black wings in the cold, that when brothers wage war come unfurled, Alduin, bane of kings, ancient shadow unbound with a hunger to swallow the world. Song of the Dragonborn." Now like I said, this loading screen appears only here and for good reason, as it is foreshadowing what the game's story has in store for us.
You, finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? You walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there.
Damn you Stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy. If they hadn't been looking for you, could have stolen that horse and been halfway to Hammerfell. You there, you and me, we shouldn't be here. It's these Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now, thief.
Shut up back there.
Well, it appears as always we are a prisoner, but at least unlike the previous games we are not in a cell or on board a boat. We are instead riding in a carriage accompanied by what appears to be some very interesting characters.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric? The Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion.
Well, it seems I was right. Alongside Ralof here and this horse thief, we have a Jarl in the cart with us. A Jarl is one of the leaders of the 9 holds or territories of Skyrim, and this one isn't just any other Jarl, but probably the most controversial of the bunch, Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak, the leader of the Stormcloak Rebellion here in Skyrim. This could be bad.
But if they captured you... Oh gods, where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't happening.
As our little carriage ride continues, we see a town approaching in the distance. This town is none other than Helgen, the first town that we, the player, will enter. It is here that we and our other carriage mates will meet the Executioner's block. As we enter, we are greeted by some very interesting figures that Ralof here seems to have some strong opinions of.
Look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Thalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this.
This is General Tullius, General of the Imperial Legion and Provincial Governor of Skyrim. We will see more of him in a minute, and he is accompanied by Thalmor agents. We will talk more about the Thalmor later on in this series, but for now just know that the Nords of Skyrim are not happy with them for very good reasons. As we ride to our destination, Ralof and some of the nearby townfolks have some very interesting things to say.
This is Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here. Wonder if Vilod is still making that mead with juniper berries mixed in. Funny, when I was a boy, Imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
Who are they, Daddy? Where are they going?
We need to go inside, little cub.
Why? I want to watch the soldiers.
Inside the house. Now.
Get these prisoners out of the carts. Move it!
Why are we stopping?
Why do you think? End of the line.
As the cart stops, everyone in gets up and steps off.
Let's go. Shouldn't keep the gods waiting for us.
No, wait! We're not rebels!
Face your death with some courage.
You've got to tell them! We weren't with you! This is a mistake!
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time.
Empire loves their damn lists.
As everyone lines up, they are called by name up to the block.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Ralof of Riverwood.
And everything goes smoothly till our horse thief friend here, Lokir, is called.
Lokir of Rorikstead.
No! I'm not a rebel! You can't do this!
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me!
Archers! Anyone else feel like running?
And just like that, Lokir is shot down. Well, after Lokir's fall from grace, the man reading names notices us and is confused.
Wait. You there. Step forward. Who are you?
It is now that we are prompted to make our character. As always, we have a slew of options to pick from for our starting race, but considering this is Skyrim, native land of the Nords, I felt it only appropriate that I play as a Nord. Say hello to Jor, my primary character for this playthrough.
You picked a bad time to come home to Skyrim, kinsman. Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
Forget the list. He goes to the block.
By your orders, Captain. I'm sorry. At least you'll die here, in your homeland. Follow the captain, prisoner.
Now before I continue, I want to point out that there is actually unique dialogue depending upon which race you pick. I won't show you every single unique line you can get depending upon your race throughout this beginning sequence, but I can show you what Hadvar here has to say initially upon seeing what race you are. You've already heard the Nord lines, but if you are a Wood Elf or Bosmer,
Not many Wood Elves would choose to come alone to Skyrim. Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
if you are a Redguard,
What are you doing here, Redguard? You a sellsword? A sailor from Stros Mackay? Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
if you are an Orsimer or Orc,
You from one of the strongholds, Orc. How did you end up here? Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
if you are Khajiit,
You with one of the trade caravans, Khajiit? Your kind always seems to find trouble. Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
if you are an Imperial,
You're a long way from the Imperial City. What are you doing in Skyrim? Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
if you're a Dark Elf or Dunmer,
Another refugee? Gods really have abandoned your people, Dark Elf. Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
if you happen to be a Breton,
You from Daggerfall, Breton? Fleeing from some court intrigue? Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
an Altimer or High Elf,
You are not with the Thalmor Embassy, are you, High Elf? No, that can't be right. Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
or even an Argonian,
Are you a relative of one of the Riften dockworkers, Agonian? Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
and those are all the lines you can get initially upon picking your race. Now, like I mentioned earlier, there are more instances in this intro where your race actually influences the dialogue, but to go over all of those would probably take too long, and for the sake of time, let's just move forward and get back to the story. After being sent to the block anyway, even though we weren't on the list to begin with, we get some more interesting dialogue from General Tullius that's directed towards Ulfric Stormcloak, before being interrupted by a very bizarre noise.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice to murder his king and usurp his throne. You started this war, plunged Skyrim into chaos, and now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
What was that?
It's nothing. Carry on.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the eight divines upon
For the
you.
love of Talos, shut up
Salt
and
and earth
it's
of
over.
Nirn.
Okay, this guy is definitely eager.
come on! I haven't got all morning. My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
You Imperial bastards!
As fearless in death as he was in life.
After this brave soldier is swiftly executed, we are called out to be next, but not before hearing that strange noise again in the distance.
Next, the Nord and the Rags.
Here it is again. Did you hear that?
I said, next prisoner.
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
And as we kneel down, our lives about to be ended swiftly by the crushing blow of the headsman's axe, something out of a drunken beggar's tale happens.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentries, what do you see?
Yep, just like that, the very same dragon from the loading screen I showed you earlier is here, just in time to stop our execution too. And what did the loading screen say again? and the scrolls foretold of black wings in the cold, that when brothers wage war come unfurled, Alduin, Bane of Kings, ancient shadow unbound, with a hunger to swallow the world. Well, if the Stormcloaks and these legions represent the part about the brothers waging war, then perhaps the figure here is Alduin from this passage, the Bane of Kings, with a hunger to swallow the world. Regardless, after being helped up by Ralof and escaping into the nearby tower,
Chance! This way!
we start the quest titled Unbound.
Jarl, what is that thing? Could the legends be true?
Legends don't burn down villages.
We need to move, now! Up through the tower. Let's go! With me, up the tower!
We make our way up the tower only for this poor soul here to be crushed by the dragon breaking a hole in the wall.
Get back!
Ralof directs us to jump to the nearby inn below us.
See the inn on the other side? Jump through the roof and keep going. Go! We'll follow when we can.
And as we do so, only taking minor damage, I actually believe this little jump is meant to hurt you so it can show off the new health regeneration mechanic that is new to the Elder Scrolls games with Skyrim's release. Pretty clever technique on Bethesda's part, I have to admit. After running through the now destroyed inn, we are met with three individuals, a boy, an older gentleman, and none other than Hadvar, the soldier earlier who was reading off the names. We arrive just in time to witness the dragon come down and narrowly avoid burning the boy and Hadvar to a crisp.
Hemming, you need to get over here! Now! That boy, you're doing great. Toro! God! Everyone get back! Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way. Gunnar, take care of the boy. I have to find General Tullius and join the defense.
Gods guide you, Hadvar.
Hadvar tells us to stick close, so we do. After avoiding Alduin, who nearly lands on top of us, and in the process breathes fire onto a nearby soldier, killing him.
Over here!
Quickly, follow me!
We run out into a huge battle between the Legion and this dragon, which if you stop to watch is absolutely terrifying. All these soldiers are flinging spells, arrows, just about anything they can muster at this dragon, but it is clearly not enough. These poor souls are getting absolutely demolished, and this dragon, Alduin, is just way too much for them. Bodies are flying, people are dying, and ultimately this battle just seems pointless. After running through this massacre, we bump into none other than Ralof, and Hadvar is not too happy about this.
Ralof, you damn traitor! Out of my way!
We're escaping, Hadvar. You're not stopping us this time.
Fine, I hope that dragon takes you all to Somerville!
You, come on! Get to the keep!
With me, prisoner! Let's go!
Now after this exchange, we have two options, which determine our allies for the rest of the intro here. We can choose to enter the keep with Ralof, in which we will fight through the Legion to escape Helgen.
This way!
Or we can enter with Hadvar and have the Stormcloaks as our enemies for the rest of the intro.
With me, prisoner! Let's go!
But whatever choice we choose, we have not only survived the destruction outside, but our own execution, and we are on our way to finally escaping Helgen. But right now, I am out of time. In this next video, we will be going through the second half of Unbound, the first quest in the main quest line of Skyrim. In it, we will be escaping Helgen with the help of either Ralof or Hadvar, and we'll be exploring the unique dialogue, characters, and loot we can encounter by siding with either one of them. But like I said, for now, this video is over. Hello everyone, and welcome to my very own series about breaking down the main questline of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. The series is actually inspired by another awesome YouTuber I mentioned in the beginning of this video called Oxhorn, who covers the main storylines and side quests of the Fallout franchise. So if you like this video, go check him out. Link to his channel will be in the description for those who are interested. But yes, I'm just ultimately surprised that no one has sat down to actually analyze this main questline before. It's actually very interesting, as Skyrim is probably one of Bethesda's most popular games of all time, but for some reason no one decided to sit down and really analyze it like this. Oxhorn makes a couple of good videos, and he inspired me to make my own series on the idea. So hopefully you all stick around for this very long and very intricate series I will be doing, just bringing a microscope to one of my favorite video games of all time. Regardless, I hope you all come back for the next video, which should come out relatively soon. Regardless, say it with me now. Play well, eat well, and of course live well, friends. I've got more videos to make, so I'll see you all in the next one.